the Podical Sons.
Welcome back to the best no judgment zone space in the world, because neither one of us don't have any law degrees. I'm Marvelous.
And I'm not your average Joseph.
And we are the Podical Sons. Let's start the damn show. How you feeling today, Smooth?
I'm good, man. You know what it is. It's a Sunday. It's a fun day. It's the day we record. And it's the day we get down.
You came in your cocaine linen pants like you telling women you're not on your period?
You know what?
Like, is that what it is?
It's funny, man, because I felt that... I got up with the summer vibe, first of all. And I was like, you know what?
Nigga, you look like a damn fucking Childish Gambino video.
I gotta put on something to match the summer vibe. I can't just, come out with the black tee, the black jeans. Nah, man.
You look like summertime.
I feel like motherfucking summertime in this bitch. That's what's up, man. That's what's good. And,
I ain't mad at that.
I want to keep it that way, so don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up.
I'm cool.
Okay.
I'm sucking in the Marv shirt.
Good.
I'm sucking in the Marv shirt.
You know what? You know what your problem is? I caught you around 2 a.m. and you was still in PJs, motherfucker.
2 p.m. Yes. Because, nigga, I was chilling.
That don't scream summertime, man. Summertime, you're supposed to be up when the sun is up, nigga. Come on, man.
Nigga, I came in like 2 o'clock in the morning, whatever. I had a mission,
I'll give you.
Single life.
Single life.
Bless your heart. Bless your heart.
All
right, man. Y'all, we got a good show for y'all. I want to introduce you to my boy, the man of the Glory Hole Report himself, Gloria.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
Tell the people about yourself, whatever.
It's an honor to be here. My name is Glory. I run a blog on Instagram, the Glory Hole channel. It is THE_glory_hole_channel. I talk about pretty much everything going on in pop culture.
That's
I talk about situations that may be particularly taboo in black culture. There's essentially nothing that is off limits. I talk about everything, and I will talk about things that will make you and myself uncomfortable.
We're gonna see if I make your ass feel uncomfortable today.
Yes.
I'm with that smoke. I bring the hookah. I bring the shisha.
You know, it's funny because when I was on IG and I seen Marv follow this page, this Glory Hole, I was like, yo, what's up with that? So I said,
you stalking what I follow?
I'm stalking what you follow.
So you see my twerking videos that I'm looking at.
Listen, I don't want to say that because the wife listens to the show and you just let her know that you got twerking videos. Now she gonna stop me from following your ass. you gotta stop that, man. You gotta stop that, man.
It's for research purposes, man.
Collecting data.
I got up and I got to the page and I'm like, yo, this dude is mad entertaining, and I
appreciate it.
Hitting the facts, and I was like, yo, I gotta follow him. Yeah, you know what I mean? And see what's up. So ever since then, I've been a fan of your page.
I appreciate it. Same here, man. Fan of the Podical Sons. Love what you guys are doing. You guys hit on some of these topics, and I'm like, yo, I need to do some more research because I thought I had everything covered. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, wow, So I learned a lot from you guys too as well. So I appreciate the love, man. Absolutely.
No, for sure, man. And we're all about, Marvin tell you, of course Marvin tell you, you a Marvin boy. So Marvin will let you know that with our show, it's, whatever's clever, especially when we see our own trying to do something to push themselves forward. And we're all about promoting that. We're all about supporting that.
Absolutely.
And we're all about letting other people know what's happening.
What's the acronym you guys use? BB, what is it again?
BBB, Building Black Business.
Woo! I will start officially using that. That's my new hashtag right now.
That's it, man.
That's absolutely. Don't be offended, white people. We love you too, but
we love y'all.
We got a lot of work to do in our own communities.
Exactly. We're trying to help build ours.
You know what the funny thing is? Every race that listens to our show rocks with us. They see our perspective. They know our perspective is the black perspective.
Absolutely.
But they also know it's not the only perspective.
Yeah, because this boy Smooth told him I be banging white chicks.
I'll let it be known, you know what I mean?
He said, you like the women of that different type of elk. I'm like, ilk. I had to look up the fucking word. I'm like, damn. I'm like, ilk. I'm like, oh shit.
I was like, he out for the Asian persuasion. He out for the white for the night. Listen, man.
I'm like, I think most black men are like that. We just love women, period. Yeah. Regardless of, race, ethnicity, whatever. Like, we just love women. I mean, we love black women, too. Don't get it twisted. We love you black women. But we just appreciate women.
Yeah,
period. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
We should go to Kitchener after this.
I'm with that. So, last week and stuff with us, since we got you on the show, I got you point blank in front now.
Yes.
Last week, during the week, I posted questions because we post questions Mondays and Thursdays.
All right.
Right? On Thursday, I posted a question: which comes first, relationship or sex? I want to hear your answer before we go in.
Relationship or sex? I would probably say sex.
Why?
I don't necessarily agree that sex should come first, but I think in this day and age, society's highly sex-driven. So I think relationship also takes a while to build too, right?
True. Yes, that's true.
But then you might have those think like a man type of women out there or people that say they want to wait the 90 days before they give up the goods.
Yes, but realistically, I mean, if you're horny now.
Facts.
Right? So, I mean, for some people, I mean, depending on your past experiences with relationship, it would probably be a good idea to kind of hold out on the sex to see if a guy's really there for you or if he's there for the booty. But honestly, it just really comes down to perspective. But I think sex before relationship is generally what people do. And I wouldn't necessarily recommend it to be the thing to do, but I understand.
Why wouldn't you recommend it?
Because a lot of guys, I mean, I'll throw myself in there. We've been known to kind of just, be there for the sex and bounce once we get it. I'll be honest.
I mean, for myself, I look at it like this: if you're with somebody and stuff, whatever, you're just building. You're just getting to know somebody and stuff, whatever, regardless of stuff, whatever. But now, me, I look at it stuff as that sex is that kind of final hurdle. Like, I couldn't see myself waiting for 90 days before I decided to be with a woman.
You can't see yourself waiting?
Hell no.
Okay.
Hell no. Okay. I think I probably might have a form like Popeye the Sailor Man, whatever. If I'm jerking it that long, still waiting to get cooked, and then she might even be laying in the bed like a starfish, whatever.
Absolutely.
I'm like, no, I couldn't cope with that, whatever, right? But
well, it's funny that you say that, right? Because I always have a friend, and his motto is, you can't buy puss in a bag. Meaning that
some Schrödinger cat type of thing.
Meaning that you don't know what's in the bag, but you're willing to spend your money, and after you spend your money and open up the bag, it might not be what you intended to purchase, right? So
that's fire.
So if you think about this, right? We could all agree that sex is an important part of the relationship,
right?
Yes. And if you have constantly bad sex, it can affect the relationship to some degree.
You gonna cheat?
Yeah.
All right. So with that being in mind, he would say stuff like, imagine you're with a girl. 1 month in, you guys is kicking it.
Okay.
2 months in, you guys is kicking it.
Okay.
You get to the 3 month mark. Now the conversation's been invested.
Yes.
You like this girl's brains and stuff like that, right?
Yes.
And you better be liking her body too.
You like a body, right? Okay. The night comes now for you to do the deed, right? You do the deed, and it's the wackest sex ever.
I thought you were gonna say her pussy stank. I was scared.
That might be a reason she might have held out too.
Stink pussy, I'm not sure if you could fix, but whack pussy, I think you could fix though.
You can coach that. Yeah, you can coach that. You can Phil Jackson that out.
I think so. I think you could definitely.
Yeah, you can Phil Jackson that out.
I think you could fix that.
All right,
stank pussy might be a deal breaker.
Yeah.
So now, all right, so you give it another round.
Still whack.
Yeah, still whack. Okay. You give it a third round just to make sure, because you already invested the damn time.
Yeah, but now you gotta have that convoy be like, yo, babe, I like when you throw that ass back like P90X. And if she's not doing that shit and stuff, whatever, then that might be the mild problem.
That might be the mild problem.
Because that's what I'm saying. This is where your Phil Jackson skills got to come in. The first time, everybody's nervous. You might come fast like FedEx and bust too quick.
True.
And she might not be comfortable like showing you the full grandeur. She'd be like, turn the lights off.
Yeah.
You know, but
insecurities.
Some insecurities and everything. But the second time, whatever, like, yo, you better.
So let me ask you guys a question: is bad sex a deal breaker for you guys?
Consistent bad sex.
I've been having good sex for a while, so I don't know how to answer that one.
Thoughts of a married man right there. A smooth ass married man.
Kudos to you, man. I don't think bad sex is a deal breaker for me. Like I said, smelly, area.
Smelly cat. Smelly
I don't know if I can rock
cat.
with that, but bad sex, it also depends how bad sex can be. Like, my experience with bad sex is just usually a chick who's like, spread out starfish style, not really reciprocating anything.
Do what you must.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's
That's as bad as it's gotten for me.
Me too.
Okay.
So, but that, I mean, like I said, I think you could fix that.
No, I feel that, man.
Yeah,
Like,
so-
I mean, to each his own and stuff, whatever. It was because I look at it stuff like the collective did say sex before, like we posted it and stuff. We posted that one and stuff on our IG feed. But I mean, relationships and stuff, whatever. Like when I asked a few people and stuff, I'm like, why you say relationship? And they said that right now they're at a point in their life where they're tired of the sleeping with fuck boys. This is a woman.
Fair point.
Yeah.
And she's like, you know what? Before she goes down that route again and stuff, whatever, by like, giving her goods and stuff, whatever, to like a useless dude, something has to build.
Understandable.
Something has to build and
Absolutely
stuff, whatever. So I said, as long as it's understood from both sides of the equation, because I told her, like, in my world, relationship doesn't start until we have sex. Because it's the same thing like what his boy was saying and stuff, whatever. Like, okay, this is what I'm paying for, and let me see where this can go. So now you're in my world, you're on a probationary period to say, okay, I might do things that might piss you off. You might do things that might piss me off, but we're here trying to build and see where this might go, where the potential might build. But the sex has to start, because other than that, you could be fucking your old man.
Fact.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
I always feel like and I hate talking, like in the talking period of it to a woman,
Yeah,
she's fucking her old dude.
absolutely.
And when I ask other women, they're like, you kind of stick to the evil you know. What about their future?
Yeah, absolutely.
What about the new evil?
What about the new evil,
And I got one thing to say, ladies. If you think you have bad sex, just hit me up on Instagram, the Gloria Hole channel, and let me see if you are truly bad at sex.
There's a reason why the channel's
You know what I
named
mean?
Glory hole.
I'm not saying I will
There's a reason.
participate, but I will view and make notes and let you know if I feel that you're bad sex or not. The Glory Hole channel. Thank
This is
you.
what it's about. That's what it's about.
Yeah, man. So
Great points made, guys.
I mean, like, we know your background. I know your background and everything and stuff, whatever. Someone doesn't know, but now the world would know and stuff. You're an MMA fighter and stuff as well.
No, I mean, I wouldn't call myself an MMA fighter. I have a passion for MMA. I've trained in multiple disciplines: wrestling, jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, boxing.
Okay.
I've done a couple of jiu-jitsu competitions. I was going to participate in a kickboxing fight, but then my daughter was born, so she fucked that all up. And but I still have aspirations not to become an MMA fighter, but to do a couple of amateur kickboxing matches. But I definitely love learning various disciplines, and I love the training. I love the fact that you learn a lot about yourself in adversity. You definitely build character when somebody's on top of you and kicking your ass, and their sweat is going directly into your mouth and your eyes.
Burn your eyes.
Yeah. In situations like that, it's easy to panic, but you're taught to remain calm, chill, and I feel like that's a metaphor for life. When things get hard in life, you don't panic, you don't act irrational, you strategize, and you logically think your way out of the situation.
Absolutely.
How early would you say that you found a passion for that?
Honestly, I've always been passionate about MMA. I've watched MMA pretty much when the UFC was at its infancy in
So we're talking
the 90s.
Like the Gracie brothers?
Yeah,
Like that period?
Gracie Brothers era. But I would say I actually started training in MMA probably around 2013. So by then I was already an old goat. I was 33, 34 years old. So, but I just said, you know what, screw it, man. I want to do it. It's always been like, that thing has always been kind of poking at me. You should just try it, do it. And once I tried it, man, it's like I expected. I loved it. I enjoyed it. Although that the training itself, me being up there in age, it does take a toll on the body. It is rough, and there's a lot of kids in there, and they don't care how old you are, they will pick you up and drop you on your eyelid. So, with that being said, I definitely enjoyed it, but I had to fall back from it because, I'm a parent, and it does take a toll on your body. It really does. The recovery isn't as quick like it used to be when it was,
Of course.
So let me ask you this. Because any martial artists and stuff like that, they come in all space, shapes, form, and sizes, right?
Absolutely.
do you walk past people and stuff on the street, whatever, like a guy on the street, and just look at him and stuff and say to yourself like, yo, I can whoop that nigga's ass?
Never.
Really?
Never.
I'm a little nigga and I say that and stuff.
Never,
like, I can take this dude, kick him in his nuts,
never.
You know, monkey claw his eyeball.
Never, because if you actually go into an MMA gym, it's the complete opposite of what you may think an MMA fighter looks like. A lot of these people are very unassuming. You would never would never guess they're into MMA unless you see like maybe somebody with a cauliflower ear or something like that.
Yeah, you can't fuck with people like that. You can't fuck with people like that.
But a lot of these people are very unassuming and very skilled and could do a lot of damage. So no, I never look at somebody and assume that I could kick their ass. Never. Worst thing you can do is underestimate somebody.
Anybody. Yeah, absolutely.
And it's you definitely got to check your ego too, right?
Your ego's not your amigo.
Yeah. You got to go in there with the idea of not learning to kick ass, but to learn, just to learn. Period. You know what I mean? So that's exactly what I would say combat is, man. It's learning, because anybody could get beat, anybody could get their ass whooped.
Makes sense.
You know what I mean? So you go in there humble and learn something from these young kids, man, because they're deadly. They're like a new breed of super athlete, if you ask me. So yeah.
You know the Joyce Vieira chick, the Brazilian MMA fighter.
Yes.
When she was in Brazil, she was doing a little sexy photo shoot on the beach.
Okay.
And dude allegedly, he took his dick out to piss, but she said he was jerking it, and she went over and she whooped his ass, and she beat him senseless.
Yes.
Do you think she was right for doing that? Because I think, to me, my opinion and stuff, I feel like because she knew she had the skills.
Yeah.
She said she's about to fuck him up.
Yes.
Do you think she was right for thinking that? Because that's more of an ego thing, like you're saying stuff for that.
Yes.
If she went there with a thing of learning, she might say, this nigga might have a gun.
Yeah.
This guy might have a knife.
Yes.
He might come at me kind of sideways. No,
Yeah.
she went in there full steam ahead and,
It definitely sounds like an ego thing if you ask me. If he was jerking it, I don't think that necessarily demands, you choking somebody out or giving them an elbow to the face. You may want to say, what the fuck are you doing? Take that elsewhere.
Right.
Based on what you've told me, it seems like there wasn't really much discussed, and she just gave him the old, Rodney King treatment. So.
She beat him the fuck down with his dick out.
Yeah,
like the newspaper had to put Lego blocks to cover his dick out.
I think when we were originally discussing it, we were saying, what was it even necessary? Being the fact that so many other people were around, the photographers,
there was like so many other people and stuff around.
Yeah.
Stuff, like it almost comes to the situation when I think about the whole ASAP Rocky fiasco, where his bodyguard was there, his boys were there, but yet he still took it upon himself to get involved into the altercation.
Absolutely.
Right? Which we know ended him in jail, and now all the problems that exist. I look at it as almost a similar situation where you know who you are.
Facts.
You know why you're on the beach. You're on the beach for a specific purpose.
Yes.
Right? You should know that, the world is watching you. You gotta uphold yourself to a certain standard, right? And I think it's just her ego getting the better of her.
I think so too.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
As far as the ASAP Rocky situation, I agree with you 110%. Especially if you're a person, in the position that he's in, somebody with money, with fame. You should never put yourself in a situation. Like, you have bodyguards for a reason.
Yes.
You have an entourage for a reason. Let them handle it.
Facts.
The minute you cross that threshold, it's a wrap. You know what I mean? So, yeah, let your bodyguards deal with that. But I think for him, we also got to remember the human aspect. You know what I mean? He's human. He probably sees a couple of these bodyguards as his homie. These guys are going after my homie.
True.
And, his emotions got the best of him. But for anybody in a position of influence, power, money, let this be an example, especially when you're overseas. When you deal with situations with, overzealous fans, overzealous people, you really got to be careful, because these foreign entities don't give a fuck who you are.
Nah.
They
100%.
don't know you as A$AP Rocky. They see you as a black dude with cane rolls who violated one of their citizens.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
Hopefully everything works out for him.
Trump is trying to play his little role and stuff in that. Everybody's trying to throw little ones and twos and stuff towards Sweden, but I feel like, hold on, why are you sitting on the goat for?
He's Trump. This is just another Trump. Listen, would Trump
Talk
care?
about it.
Would Trump care if A$AP Rocky was an A$AP Rocky?
No.
Exactly.
No.
So
No.
if that's the case, then
Matter of fact, I only think he cared because Kanye West put it to his attention.
exactly,
Mega
exactly. So
He was like, who did A$AP
Exactly.
Rocky? Hold on, let me speak to over my people.
And I'm sure
will
these-
this help me get some black folks?
Exactly.
I'm gonna talk to Sweden
yeah,
and see if we can free this A$AP Rocky.
absolutely.
Rocky.
I mean, if
I said
you
Rocky.
if you were a prime minister or a premier of a foreign country, would Donald Trump giving you a call sway you in either direction? Like, he's somebody that nobody respects, and I'm sure
You're right.
those
You're right.
leaders see him in the same light. Maybe if it was say Barack, you may be like, you might have a different opinion on the A$AP Rocky situation if you're a
True,
leader,
very
right?
true.
Yeah.
But Trump, I think he probably even gave them more of an incentive to say, you know what, nah,
Fuck him in his
fuck
wig.
you and your phone call. Like, nah, he's staying here. He's going to try.
So when I was going through your page and stuff, whatever, because I know you're gonna be on the show and everything.
Yes.
I seen the thing you posted about the raw chicken. Right? Like,
Chicken Gate?
Yeah, we calling it chicken gate.
Chicken Gate.
Like, are we sure it's chicken?
Chicken run.
Yeah.
We call it chicken run. Yeah, right, chicken run or some shit like that. Whatever. Why do you think so many people freaked out about the raw chicken moving? Like, you tell me, because here's my thing. I looked at the video.
Yeah.
When I seen the video, my first thing and stuff was like, it's at an Asian restaurant. No disrespect to the Asian listeners out there, but I'm like, yo, it's at an Asian restaurant because I feel like that chicken was too light-skinned for me to be fucking with throwing in my system. And sure say enough, you move over from that one little part where the chicken's flipping off, there was chopsticks on the plate.
Yes. Yeah.
So I was looking at it, I'm like, why y'all freaking out? Because we know, I don't know if you guys heard about the thing with the monkey in between the table. They bust his head and they eat his brains and do what? Yeah, so I'm like, this is right up the alley. So I'm like, why do you think people freaking out for?
Good point. I did make the same assertion too when I seen. I'm like, definitely an Asian restaurant.
Yeah,
and
okay.
the chopsticks.
right.
I thought it was a takoyaki joint.
Yeah.
A takoyaki. I'm
I mean-
fucking my Japanese people. They like to cook some of their shit. Some of their shit.
Before it comes out.
Sushi, the fish, they might leave. The chicken definitely they fucking with.
I think when it comes to Asian restaurants and their delicacies and what they eat, we will always be in awe and like surprised because it always seems to meet like a new threshold. Like, it was bad enough they were eating raw shit. Now you're eating raw shit that actually moves and runs. You know what I mean? So
That shit. I may not have no legs, but I'm still gonna run for freedom.
You know what I
I'm still
mean?
gonna run for freedom.
He had no eyes either. So where was he going?
what is this? The Harriet
He got off the
Tubman,
plate.
the Harriet Tubman dish. Like, you know what
Even
I
off
mean?
the plate and the table.
But was it a chicken though? Like, was it?
That's the $1 million question. Whatever,
Like,
right?
it does not
Because I
look like
remember,
chicken.
like way back when, what was it? I think Weird Al Yankovic, he had that song Garfield's on my fork. So you don't know what the fuck you might be
don't know
getting.
what
Because
the
I remember
fuck.
I went to a comedy show and stuff like years ago, and the dude's like, when he's at the restaurant and stuff, whatever, he's like, you know what? This food just better be off the chain. And he said the guy that was taking the order like, yes, off the chain. Bomb diggy. So he's like, he didn't confirm if it was off the dog chain, the cat chain, whatever chain, but he's like, you know what? He just prayed it's fully cooked.
And in this case, it's off the table and on the floor. Oh my god.
Running for freedom.
Yes.
Yo, that's some Gordon Ramsay little meme in the making and
Do
stuff.
you guys
like-
have an explanation for this? Because I'm sure scientists would be like, well, there's a logical explanation for this.
Well, like I remember the frog thing. So I know when they kill the frogs and stuff like that, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
The way how their body reacts to iodine, because the salts and stuff they use is sea salt, and sometimes it might be iodine salt.
Yes.
So the iodine and stuff, once it's sprinkled and stuff, whatever, it has a muscle reaction to the frogs. I don't know about the damn chicken.
Yeah.
But the frogs and stuff, their body reacts a little different to the iodine and stuff. Because I remember like in 6th grade, you dissect a frog.
Yeah.
And then that's what they explained. I was like, oh, okay. So I know why the frogs will still twitch.
Yes.
Like the legs will still
Yes.
kick and swing, whatever. But chicken, I don't know what the
Well,
fuck.
and I can't remember exactly, but I think the chemical it produces almost has that it almost gives off like a sort of electric current. So this is what a lot of the reflexes is bouncing off of the current going through the muscles.
And I think that's probably what happened. Well, I'm assuming that's what happened here because I don't believe.
But that wasn't just like a twitch. That was like I'm bounced. I'm out this
yeah,
bitch.
that's
Whatever.
true.
Yeah,
it's like yeah. Now that I'm watching it, I'm kind of second guessing science now. Now I'm like, yeah, that thing has a brain. And
that was like that was an invisible man playing tricks with us, folks. Yeah, that's what that shit.
That shit's fully alive, just no skin, no melanin. All right.
No, man, but like. I mean, like I said, your page and stuff, whatever, it always has fire content and stuff, whatever. We love it and everything, like whatever.
And the commentary, man. Some of the shit you come up with.
Nigga, you ain't afraid. Put like this. That's what I can always respect about your page and the way how you are and stuff, as a person in general. You're not afraid to say what you need to say. And like the same way you said, you're raw, uncut, unbiased and everything. Like I see you go after some celebs and you attack them indirectly, like what's really good with you and everything.
You know like the thing I hate about today, man, like today's culture, it's like there's this level of sensitivity to pretty much everything that's really, and I'm not who I am in response to the culture and the way it is. This is just me. Like, I'm very outspoken. Right. If I have an opinion, I'm going to say it regardless if you like it or not.
Right.
But I just feel that today people are just so sensitive about everything, and everything should be canceled. And I believe in freedom of speech, saying what you want, being honest. Let me know who you are. Don't sugarcoat it.
I mean, we in North America, though, right? So, I mean, like, let the speech run.
Yeah, if you don't like black people, I want to know you don't like black people.
So I
don't tell me you're a black friend. Say, no, I have no black friends and I don't like black people.
They might have a black shirt in their closet.
They may have you know what I mean? So I may not like you, but I can also respect the fact that you're honest and you're standing firm on your belief. And I just feel like everybody's just so sensitive. And honestly, if you spend time being offended, you could find literally anything to be offended about.
Absolutely.
You could be offended about that piece of chicken that ran off of the table onto the floor and be like, holy shit, this is unsanitary. You know what I mean? I'm
going to say it's a plot from Peter to stop you eating meat, but that's just me. Because that Beyond Beef shit, Beyond Meat, some different shit. But let me ask you, what's the difference between being honest and being rude?
Well, in today's culture, there is no difference. If you're too honest, it's considered rude, in my opinion. You know,
I can agree too, Smooth.
Yeah,
you agree?
I mean, through my experience, I remember that I told somebody that I didn't consider them a friend, and they were upset. And they're like, "Why don't you consider my friend?" Well, I'm like, friends are people that actually have relationships with, and I've been through a lot of things with, and I don't even know your last name. I don't even know your number. Yikes. I haven't confided in you about anything. We're not a friend. That's not a term I use loosely. And I explained it to them. I don't use that term loosely. I don't just call anybody a friend.
Right.
You know what I mean? We're acquaintances. I know you. You spend time with my daughter, but we're not a friend. And she was still upset. And I'm like, well, you can take it however you want, but like that's how I truly feel. A friend is something much more than somebody that you've met 2 or 3 different times.
I always say stuff like with the whole difference between honest and being rude is not what you say, it's how you say some things, right? Because I realize and stuff that I like my peoples and stuff, whatever, real and uncut and raw, because I'm like that. But if you need to break off something to me, like you need to tell me about me and stuff, whatever, don't be shy. Call me to the side and say like, yo, you know what, Marv, I don't like this. What you said, I don't like this and everything like that, whatever. Man to man or man to woman and stuff, whatever. I can respect that.
Yes.
And like I said, what you say now, if you be like, yo, the fuck you said and everything, if you come at me like that, whatever, I'm automatically going to have like, my claws going to be on deck, be like, yo, how you trying to come at me? Like, yo, you could have came at me in a respectful manner.
Yes.
But you decided to come at me in this manner. I'm like, I'm all with whatever you got to say, regardless. So I'm all with the honesty, but it's not what you say, it's how you say some things.
Absolutely. I think if being too honest, you're not coming with maliciousness. I think rudeness, there's a malicious intent in there, right? You're doing it to kind of, push buttons, to get a reaction. To be too honest is basically not sugarcoating it, saying it, but saying it with, like a tough love, like you're fucking up, you know what I mean? But being rude is like, the intent is different. You're doing it with the intent to be malicious, to get a reaction, to get under somebody's skin, But, at the same time, that definition is very subjective because, I've been in situations where I've said something and the person I said it to was very upset and everybody else I was with is like, yo, what did you say? That wasn't wrong. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. You could have 2 groups of people hear the same thing and take it completely different. You feel what I'm saying? Somebody be like, yo, you didn't say anything wrong. And then you have other people, oh my God, you're such an asshole. So, but I think intent is the difference. When I'm honest with the intent of just being a good friend. When I'm rude, I'm trying to get under your skin and push some buttons and
to piss off.
Yeah, to piss you off.
Right.
Yeah, so, I mean, that would be my explanation for the difference of the two terms.
All right, man. So, let me know something. I was watching a video online, and you had the police officers and stuff at NYPD, Blue.
Ooh.
You know them boys?
Biggest gang in New York.
You know it.
She.
They out there on the strip, trying to de-escalate the situation and stuff, whatever, with like a water fight in the neighborhood. And the boys getting super soaked. Like they look like they came out of Wet and Wild, like old AKA Wild Water Kingdom. And I'm looking at them and stuff, I'm like, yo, and these cops ain't get wild. And then I start thinking back towards like Eric Gardner. How you have those NYPD dudes, wild as ever, dealing with one man.
Yeah.
And then you have these ones and stuff, whatever, just taking the soaking.
Yeah.
And walking there with their head down, because there was a little, I think, a Spanish, Latino or an Asian looking cop, and he looks soft.
Just took the L.
He looks soft. Yeah.
Do you think that the Eric Garner kind of set the tone for specifically NYPD in terms of how to deal with people, period? Because, like, everybody's watching. Everybody's got the cameras out. Whenever there's anything with the police and the public, cameras come out, even before anything happens.
Partial. The reason why I say partial and stuff like I'm 50-50 with it, because you're right when it comes to Eric Gardner. Because when they know cameras might be out, that's their thing.
Yeah.
When what was his name? Sean Bell, when he got shot up and stuff, whatever, by the cops and stuff, then they rinsed him and there was no cameras present.
Yes.
That's what I'm thinking they're used to doing and stuff, whatever, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I seen another conversation and stuff, whatever, online like this week where like the cops, they rolled up in the dude's yard and stuff, and the dude's like, man, you guys are pussy. And he's talking to the cops and stuff like that, whatever. He's from New York and everything. And he's like, yeah, I'm coming for your girl. That's what the dude's saying to the cop. And the cop's like, why don't you come downstairs and say
that, right?
Right? And he's like, oh, but you got your camera phone out. That's how the cop was talking to him. So I'm like, I guarantee you that if there was no thing, he probably would have knocked on the door, probably kicked in the door,
for sure.
and come after dude, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, with the phones being present,
yes,
some people act a certain type of way.
Absolutely.
But I mean, it depends on the lights, camera, action setting. Because if they know it might be one phone where the cops can overpower and take.
Right.
But in that situation, you say they got super soaked. Wouldn't they be within the right to arrest somebody though?
Yeah, that's assault. That's assault.
That's assault, right?
Assault.
So I'm actually pretty surprised about that.
And that's the thing. And the other one who was arresting the dude and stuff, whatever, they threw water on him and the bucket to his head.
They threw a bucket and it hit his head.
Red bucket, boom.
Really?
Right to his dome piece. So I was looking at stuff. I'm like, shit. I'm like, and nobody's still getting arrested. But because everybody was saying that, the chief commissioner and stuff of New York, they actually put an APB out on the dudes, whatever, like they with all the social media videos. They're looking for those 3 dudes to turn themselves in. When I seen last night, so they're on the hunt for them and stuff now because the cops are saying like, you know, he's ashamed that his officers didn't react to the same what you were saying, because this is an assault. And they should have just grabbed them and stuff, whatever. But I think the officers were thinking, like you said, because they know Eric Gardner and they're being under watch and scrutinized, they're going to move a little bit different.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why. But I'm pretty sure the commission, he might want to go after their badges.
So I'm wondering, because I'm wondering at the time when all this is going down, could part of their non-reaction be that, you know, it's a whole crowd of people and they can't pinpoint who's actually doing what it is, or did they see who's doing the actual dousing?
Oh man, let me tell you something. You seen a dude walk up to the cop, hey, slow pour over the cop, and he ain't do shit.
Wow.
And he ain't do shit.
Wow.
And I was looking at this stuff and I was scratching my head. I was like, nah, they must be best friends from elementary school.
I feel like there's something I'm missing.
I'm like, the context is not fully there.
Yeah.
Something is missing in this equation and stuff like that, whatever. But I'm like, you can only go by so much stuff from what you see until the whole thing comes out. So I'm not speculating and stuff too much, but I just know for a fact that if the officer didn't want the soak in, that's still assault.
Yeah, I understand kind of using restraints when there's no contact, if it's just words or something to that effect.
Right.
But if you're telling me somebody ran up to you, poured water on you, then threw the bucket or dropped the bucket on your head, that's more than enough to, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
And not to do anything, I don't know, man. I don't know. That I feel like there's something missing there.
Do you think it's gonna set a precedent? Do you think we're gonna have like a copycat of this when people see cops arresting somebody, they gonna?
I think for every action, there's a reaction or a lack of reaction. I know I have a couple of cop friends, and I know that they're uneasy about particular situations. You know, because they know everybody's watching, the cameras are out.
Yes.
People are just waiting for police to fuck up. So I know in certain situations, based on what I've heard, cops may let certain things go that they shouldn't.
Right.
Like that bucket incident. You know what I mean? I kind of see the trouble police are in when it comes to certain situations, because they're not well liked by society in general. You know what I mean?
Especially black people.
Yeah, especially black people. So I could see, like, you know, in a situation like that, if they did arrest that dude, it would be an uproar. Oh, you just arrested this guy because he's black. All he did was pour water on you. It's hot outside, or I don't know. I just see it being a tough situation for police officers to deal with. So they just said, "Fuck it."
Now, what you said about the copycat, I'm all for it. I'll tell you why I feel like copycats are gonna happen.
Right.
Look at that nasty ass chick with the ice cream licking shit. Licking ice cream and stuff in Walmart, and everybody and their granny spitting into some shit in the store and putting it back on the shelf and all that type of nasty shit.
Yeah.
They doing it for the clout, but not only that and stuff, whatever. There's probably some dumb fuck somewhere saying, like, if some shit was to pop off with the cops, somebody might be like, yo, go get the pot full of water. It's the police.
Hold on a second. Doing something to an inanimate object like ice cream or lollipop or popsicle, that's one thing. But to actually grab a bucket of water and to dump it on a police officer, you think people would actually try that?
Right, and
that I mean,
and I'm glad that you touched upon it, because my thinking is that we know typically how cops behave and cops react.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
And in this situation, all three of us can agree.
Yeah.
We're not expecting that type of reaction.
No,
never.
No.
So, like I'm saying, if some other shit goes down and some cops is arresting some other dudes, do you really have faith that those cops is gonna behave like the last set?
Yeah,
They gonna cock that Glock
exactly.
back. Cock the Glock and somebody gonna get
I'm
popped
saying,
off.
that's just a one-off situation. You know, it's like an eclipse. You know what I mean? You grab a bucket of water and you go after a police officer, you're probably gonna get your ass beat.
Yeah, I would think so.
You're gonna get your ass
shot. I'm saying shot.
so.
Or shot.
I got my money on
whatever.
shot.
Yeah. So
final answer.
I don't know if there would be a copycat for that. But yeah, licking ice cream, something where people feel like, oh, it's harmless, it's victimless, you know, which it's not, right? Because if you got
I don't know how
freaking
much dick
gonorrhea
she
in your
was
mouth,
sucking earlier that day.
Yeah.
Like, you know, licking that she want to start licking ice cream. She got me eating ass. I don't know.
no, it's disgusting. It's disgusting.
Wash it
You know
down
what I'm
with cold
saying?
water.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
She could have the cleanest mouth in the world. I do not care. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Leave
That's
ice cream
disgusting.
alone. That's ice cream ring.
Yeah.
So,
Ice cream.
I mean, do you think relations between black people and law enforcement would it ever get better, or is it just a pipe dream?
I think it's a pipe dream, to be honest with you.
It's not happening.
I mean, it may get better in particular communities, but I think the long-standing history, the rift between black people and police, it's hard to overcome that history.
See, I always look at things like this. If you want, you can't turn the lights off from the outside. So I feel us as black people, we have this thing where we raise our children to have a healthy fear of police, 5-0, the pigs, Babylon, whatever you want to call them.
Right.
And we don't raise enough of our kids to say, like, you know, it's okay to be a police officer. Because if that kid goes into, like, police academy and it becomes a rookie cop and say, like, you know what, they don't like this, they might be chief commissioner. They might strive to be something else. They might grow to be something else in there. Or they might be lawyers or be lawmakers, because there's a lot of cops that's or lawyers that used to be former cops.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, they can see some things that might need to be changed, and they just go about their ways of doing it. Whatever. And it just police foundations might just be the foundation to that, right? But I mean, like, if we're still raising our children to have a healthy fear, I think that reasoning is not going to happen. Like,
But I think the fear is legitimate, and also
absolutely, absolutely.
I think it starts with the leadership, the moral authority in society, right? Police are like the moral authority; they're supposed to be the example,
right?
Yeah.
So if there's no accountability, and if there's something that goes wrong with policing, and other police aren't speaking up on behalf of, society or the victim,
yes,
then there will never be trust, right? Because there's no accountability.
Facts.
That blue wall of silence is so thick that nobody's saying anything. So when you're silent in a situation of injustice, you're just as guilty as the perpetrator, right? Mm-hmm. So I think that's how black people see it. Well, like, you guys ain't speaking up for us. Yeah, you're a good cop, but you're still not saying anything. While my son got shot, for a broken taillight, you're not speaking up on his behalf. You're not, coming forward and sharing your side of the story. You're silent like everybody else. Therefore, we can't trust you.
But when a lot of things that we know is it's discretionary for them. Mm-hmm. They don't, they pull you over for speeding. They don't have to give you that speeding ticket.
True.
Right? And 9 times out of 10, they're willing to not give somebody a speeding ticket just because they look like them, as opposed to looking like us.
Yes.
Right? Mm. If that wasn't the way it was, if we had a lot of more of these cops that said, listen, man, I could give you this ticket, but I know, hey, I understand you're trying to go home early. You know what I mean? You might need to catch something, you're in a rush. So I'm not going to give you the ticket. I'm human. The problem is that we see a lot of them not in a human stance. Because that's how they behave. They treat us like animals. So we figure, hey, they're animals themselves. But I guarantee you, the first time we see a cop that says to us, that turns around and says, look, man, I understand, I ain't giving a speed ticket. Automatically, our thought changes, and we start to say, yo, dude was cool. Yeah. He could have gave me a speeding ticket. Yeah. But he didn't. Now your thought changes towards that one cop. It may not be towards every cop. Right. But now it changes towards that one cop.
But it takes one. It's the reach one, teach one.
It just takes one.
Reach one, teach one. Right.
And if that one cop now affects you in a positive way, he goes back to the police force, and he's talking to the rest of the crew, and they start, why these black people act all vile? And he goes, nah, that's not true. I met one today, man, and I pulled him over for speeding, but we had a quick conversation. I seen that he's a good dude. Yeah. And I said to myself, you know what? I'm gonna let this one slide. I don't have to give him the speeding ticket. Yeah. A lot of times, if we just speak to them like normal human beings and we see like they're just like us, that whole guard that we put up, that whole defense that we put up can come down.
You know what? You're absolutely right. I'll tell you this. Many years ago and stuff, there was I think it was a long weekend. They had a ride check, right?
Right.
Ride check right by the house and everything like that. And I had a few drinks and everything. But when I was going through, like, I always keep gum on the deck inside the car or whatever. So I swallowed 2 and I was chewing on 1. And then when I was going through, the guy's like, you had a little something? I'm like, yeah, I was coming from my girl's house and stuff, whatever. So he's like, oh, fair, you got to drink something in order to get something. All right, you can go. And that's what he said to me. That's what the police officer said to me. So I was like, I'm like, bet. And I reached out, like, without even thinking, I reached out to give him a dap. And then he just looked at me and then he just gave me a dap back. Yeah. And I was like, oh shit, go ahead, strike one up for the boys in blue.
Well, I was in a similar situation. I was I can't remember where I was coming from, but I was traveling on the highway on the 410, right? And this was probably like maybe a week or just a few days after my dad had passed, right? And I knew I was over the limit, right? And I pulled up to the spot check. Officer looked in, and I just looked at him. I said, listen, man, I'm going to be straight up honest. I'm above the limit. I know I'm above the limit. But my dad just passed. You understand? And so whatever whatever's gonna come to me, I'm willing to see what comes to me. And he said, you know what? I respect your honesty. Pull over to the side, and we're gonna see. Sure enough, I was over, and he goes, listen, the way that you're over, I could pound your vehicle, I could suspend your license for 7 days. But because you were honest with me, here what? I can't let you drive home. I'm gonna get somebody to tow your car home, and then you can drive with the tow driver. And then here's the little thing for three days. It's not gonna go on your record. It's not. And I was like, thank you. And we're sitting in the car. He goes, yo, I understand. He goes, I had a family member that passed, so I understand. And that's the human element about it. That's a lot of times that's missing. On the human level. That's a lot of times.
But will those same officers tell on another officer that they knew was corrupt?
No.
That's
I
a good question.
I don't know. I'm not a cop. I'm gonna say no.
And I think that's where
I'm gonna say no too.
I think that's where it gets kind of muddy, and it kind of like, well, yeah, you're good. You let a couple of people off of tickets, but we don't care. There's people dying. There's people being brutalized, and you're not speaking. You're not saying anything.
But you know,
right? Because because you know, if me and you commit a crime,
right,
and you commit the crime, like you shoot somebody, and I'm there,
right.
I'm going down the same way you're going down. Right. I'm just as guilty as you are. Right. Because I didn't come forward and offer any information.
Yes.
Well, for them, it's different. Like, they could witness something, don't say anything, and there's no accountability for it.
But Gloria, in the same time that you say that, I was gonna say, well, how many times in the hood we know people who see and witness stuff?
Yeah.
That is wrong.
Yes.
And they don't speak up.
Well, you know, an argument could be made saying that these people live in these areas. They have to live there. And you know the reputation of a person that tells in those areas.
Yeah.
It's life and death for them. It's not life and death for a police officer to tell on another police officer.
We say that.
He may not be invited to the next police party.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I mean, it's not really life and death for them.
Hold on. So what about that Todd Bayless dude? The cop who died and stuff, where his partner set him up and, you know, because he wouldn't partake in the whole bullshit.
Todd Bayless, what year was that?
That was like the 90s, right?
Yeah, 90s.
90s. Because when they told me, I'm like, why is that street called Todd Bayless? Like, it was named after the cop who got killed by his partner.
But here's the thing. These people, like I said, are they're a moral authority. Right? You expect your leaders, your moral authority to do the right thing. You expect your pastors to do the right thing. You expect doctors to do the right thing. And you also expect your police officers.
But there's still people because they still fuck up.
Yeah.
Doctors are sleeping with people, impregnating people while they sleep.
Yeah.
We know the pastors and stuff in the Catholic Church, what they doing to little dudes.
I don't think people expect me to necessarily do better than somebody who's in moral authority, right? Because I'm a part of society. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a police officer. So there's more of
but you do have social media following.
Yes, I do. So there's more of an expectation for people in those positions to do the right thing.
Right.
And when you're silent in the face of injustice, people, I mean, it's easy for us to say, well, you know what, they're police officers, and they may have a hard time if they say anything. The police officers may not respond to their next call when they're in a shootout, but that doesn't matter to the families of victims who die at the hands of other police. You know what I mean?
Very true. That's facts.
But you're right, though. There's work to be done on both sides, but it always starts with the leadership, the moral authority. Those people kind of have to lay the path and set the example and see, like, we're willing to incriminate one of our own.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, what would gain trust more than that? It's like, shit, these guys are telling on this rotten apple over here. You know what I mean?
That's true.
So, I mean, all you got to do is go to Shawn Kings' page. You know what I mean? Shawn Kings' page, and it's...
Hey, real quick, though. You think Shawn King's black?
He's definitely black.
You sure?
He's 110% black.
Blackish.
Blackish, right? Okay. I always debate.
And what's the rule? What was it?
At least 1%.
1%. Yeah. So he's definitely black.
You sure you putting white dudes can put S curl in their hair too?
He's black. He's black. No Rachel Dolezal.
Okay. You trying to pull a Rachel Doles?
I don't know. I just look at him like maybe a birth certificate should come out, or like some.
Oh, so now you want Obama to do it?
I mean, hey. I just look
if he wasn't black, that would have came out a while ago. A while ago, because people hate his guts.
True. This is true.
People
this is true.
hate his guts.
True,
man.
true.
Trust me, people hate his guts. They would have exposed him a long time ago.
I don't know. Just every time I look at him, I'm just like, yo, I'm like you super light skinned, my G. Like you.
What do you consider like high yellow or something?
Oh, that boy's high yellow in the South.
I've seen that.
He white skinned.
He white skinned. Yeah. Sounds about white. Sounds about white.
White skin.
Sounds about white.
Don't kill me.
Yeah, yo, but all right. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
You see Shawn King, right?
Yeah.
You see Shawn King. You go into the washroom. Mm-hmm. You walk to the washroom. You taking a piss, and you turn your head. You see Shawn King going to the washroom, taking a piss and stuff, whatever. Mm-hmm. Are you gonna have a conversation with him?
No.
Why? Because your dick's out and his dick's out.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Why?
And the conversation is not that important where I gotta have a conversation while somebody's in the bathroom. You know what I mean? I'm giving.
I told you, I'm trying to fuck with you. I'm trying to make you get uncomfortable. But
and most likely, I'm gonna shake his hand after the conversation, so he had to
make sure you wash his
hands too.
Okay.
Right? So put it back in.
He's gonna wash his hands or not? So you're right.
If he doesn't wash his hands, I'm not talking to him for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I ain't talking to him. Sorry.
You wash your hands?
And then I'm gonna talk about it on the Glory hole. Shawn King doesn't wash his hands.
Shawn King does not wash his hands.
He's white and he don't wash his hands.
It ain't white. It ain't right. Yo, okay. I did want to mention the stuff with a salute to the, I think taxi or Uber driver and stuff whatever the other day, who let the passengers give birth in his car, and his cool ass demeanor. You know, he was just like, I think he's Latino, and he was just smooth with it. Like,
is it on video?
It's on video, man. It's on video. I'll show you the video and stuff a little later. My man was just nice, low key with it. He's just like, yo, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, okay. Oh, you're going at it. Yo, you took off your panties. And he's like, you took off your panties. He's like, oh. And the dude, I guess her man in the backseat's trying to deliver the baby and everything like that. Mm-hmm. And he's still driving. He's just looking back and just all that type of stuff.
While he's driving.
And I'm like, yo, salute to him. Because he's like, don't worry, we're going to go to the hospital. You be cool. Just breathe. And I was like, yo, do you think this man deserves a bigger tip, though? Like, you know?
What was the tip? The baby? What was the tip?
The baby can't be the tip. He can't take the baby with him.
I think he deserves some sort of recognition. I mean, if it's... I'm not necessarily looking at the mother and the dad to they might need that.
No, the city has to get involved.
But the city needs to give
involved. The city
needs to give him something, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
So hold on.
Maybe the parents can name the baby after him.
Don Julio.
They can name the baby after him, but the city needs to give the tip.
Don Julio. I mean, hey, like I said, he was some Don Juan. He was smooth with it, man. He was smooth. Like, he put you to shame, literally.
He put me to shame.
Like, real talk, like the man, he was low key with it. He's like, hey. Hope you guys are tipping up for the car wash because I'm going to the detail.
Where was this?
This is NY.
NY.
Was it NY? And I was like, salute to him. I'm like, yo, no one's looking at this dude in his cool ass demeanor, because I'd have been like, hey, we pulling over
on the sidewalk.
Hold on.
Take that on the sidewalk.
Hold on. Take you, your baby, and the afterbirth.
I'd be like, yo. I'm like, yo, I just got this in detail, man. I'm like, yo, I got other passengers to pick up later.
Excuse me, miss, you forgot your placenta.
You gonna take it out, or you have to sell it on the black market.
Yeah. Props to him, man. The city has to get involved and do something special for him.
Yeah,
but naming the baby after him, Don Julio from the Bronx, that's beautiful. I love that.
I would do that.
Yeah,
I would do that, man.
That's dope, man. That's dope.
I mean, some soldiers. I mean, we know somebody and stuff who delivered a baby and stuff in their car and everything. And I'd look at dude and stuff. I'm like, you get hands down the most respect in the world to me, because I'm like, I'd have looked at him like. Yeah,
I couldn't do that. I couldn't watch the birth of my own daughter. My eyes were closed the whole time.
I didn't look too, because I told myself, I'm like, if I look down there, I think I might be deterred from pussy for at least for a few weeks. And I couldn't do all that stuff for that. So I'm like, no, I'm just gonna stay above here, mind my business. As soon as my son went to the side, I went to the side too. I'm like, hey,
straight up.
So that's it. You stayed above sea level?
Yeah, damn right.
You watched? See nothing? I watched. I had to make sure the doctor did what he was doing.
I saw a glimpse of my daughter being born, and I couldn't eat curry goat anymore after that. It was a wrap for me. No more curry goat.
You see? Shit like that'll change, man. PTSD, man. Hashtag men too. These women out here don't know we go through some shit too, man.
Man, the trauma's real, man. And kudos to women, man, because you guys, the pregnancy's rough, but that birth, oh my god, kudos to women, man. You guys have to deal with a lot of shit, man.
Yeah, they strong, man.
Yeah,
I ain't
they
gonna lie,
are
man. They strong, man.
They warriors out here, whatever.
Shit, I'm not going to do that.
I mean, I get an argument and stuff, whatever, when I, because I'm dating and stuff, whatever out here. So when I talk to women and stuff, whatever, who have kids, and I'm like, why do y'all shit on Father's Day, but y'all get like sunshine, rainbows, and lollipops for fucking Mother's Day?
Woo! This one,
because I'm like, why is it like that though? I'm like, yo, you watch a Mother's Day commercial, they're like, get your mother that diamond pendant necklace she deserves. Only $999, and niggas out there cashing and swiping their cars away, or they're going Dutch with their siblings. Like, look, I got 300 on this, you got the rest on this, and everything. Father's Day, get your father the Target or Target cargo shorts for $10.99. Like, the fuck out of here, man.
Dad needs new tools to fix everything the wife broke.
But y'all bought him tools like 2 Father's Days ago, whatever. That's what I'm saying.
But he didn't get that. He didn't get the screwdriver to go with the hammer set.
Oh, no screwdriver.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's a few layers to that, man. I think number one, fathers are just not held in the same regard as mothers. Period. I mean, for a father to get full custody of their child, the mother would have to be a damn crackhead.
Facts.
Yeah, this is
you
true.
know what I mean?
Facts.
A father who wants his child, who's normal. I mean, who's just a regular good guy who wants his kid. I mean, he definitely has to hop through some hoops in order to even just get regular visitation with his kid.
Hashtag men too.
Yeah, and it's just a double standard. I feel like in general, society just coddles women. Guys are tough. We could just deal with just a pair of socks and a tie. But if a woman was just given flowers, it'd be like a huge problem.
But the most money out of all the days or the holidays in the year, the most money is actually spent on Mother's Day, more than Christmas. Because let's say you might not buy me a Christmas gift, but you might look at my mom as like a mom figure to you, and you might at least spend money for like a rose or a card or something a little light for her and stuff, whatever, right? And then remember, moms stuff, most of the time they're like the pioneer cooks in the house. Yeah. So, and they will do the cooking. So most of the time they'll delegate and say, like, let's take mom out for dinner.
Right.
So Mother's Day dollars get spent. Let's keep the same energy 1 month and 1 week later, baby.
Yeah, like I said,
we can't do that, baby? Let's go.
Fathers are just not held in the same regard.
Damn if you do, damn if you don't. If you there, you just getting some cargo shorts. You don't.
And when
you ain't shit.
Yeah, when we get shitty shit, I mean, there's also an issue where we're supposed to just deal with it. We can't be emotional about this shitty gift we got. We just gotta accept it.
Shit, I'm emotional orange. I'm a cuss. Let that fucking come in and stuff for her. Here, Dad, macaroni handprint for you. I'm like, my man, I gave you allowance money weeks in advance.
Yeah.
And I can't speak for all dads, but I mean, you know how I be, Marv. You know what I mean? When celebrations and accolades come by, I'm as cool as a feather.
Right.
I mean, you ain't gotta get me.
Yeah, you low key.
I mean,
you low key.
You say, your dad, you've been a good dad. That's it. So a lot of women view men like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, there's not much that he made.
Not my emotional ass. I'll be like, the fuck is this?
Well, let me ask you a question though. Do you feel that you have one child?
Two.
Yeah. Do you feel they go harder for their mother than they do for you, or in terms of gift and making it special? Do they go harder for their mother, or is it about balance?
I would say it's about balance. Simply because my wife's the type of person that is like, she's all about giving and showing appreciation. Okay. It's like, even though I may not, Marv will tell you, man, we argued for almost like a good 2 to 3 months straight. Because I'm like, I'm good for my birthday. We don't need to. No, it's your birthday. It's something special. She's all about that. Okay, right?
I see.
If it's any other woman, and I'll be like, nah, I'm cool about my birthday. Okay.
Yeah.
Whereas absolutely. I'll be like, no, that's mom, man. Mom holds it down. We got to do something.
Yeah. And I think that's how it is. I think if men say, yeah, we're cool for our birthday, so okay. But if female said she's cool for her birthday, she really isn't. No. So you're supposed to go all out. Like, that's the way it is. It's your mother. That's it. Fathers, you take it. The socks, the tie. Maybe a hug, a couple cards, and that's it. But for mothers, No. Go all out, Mandarin dinner, this, that, you know, karaoke, whatever the fuck. You know what I mean?
I mean, I look at it stuff as that. Let me ask you this: what is the other bonus besides being a father that comes with fatherhood?
Nothing. I'm joking. With being a father,
the only thing I can see so far is that I can crack dad jokes now. And my dad, I try to make sure my dad jokes kind of slap, you know.
You crack the dad jokes?
Yeah, well, I mean, you don't crack them dad jokes.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Yeah.
I think for me, it definitely made me a lot less selfish. It was always about me and what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Well, they say sometimes your kids make you into a grown up. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I would agree with that.
Absolutely. So I'm definitely a lot more giving, more aware. Even addressing, you know, particular issues. There's a sensitivity, you know, when speaking about female issues that I necessarily didn't have before I had my daughter. You know, but because of her, I'm aware, you know, about, you know, certain situations and issues and how I should speak about it, and to be careful and to tread lightly because she's a baby who will be a young woman, and in this day and age, everything lives forever, right? Because it's on video.
Right.
So I don't want her seeing certain things or certain perspectives about, you know, things that she has to deal with. You know what I mean? I'm still going to be me, but I'm definitely just more cognizant of certain things when I speak about it, especially when it comes to females.
Well, it's funny with talking about this, and it came up because even yesterday I was having a conversation with my daughter, and I was telling her, listen, I mean, before you were born, you know, I would go to work, and then right after work, I would hit the studio, and I would be in the studio from after work to like 1, 2 in the morning. Right. Once I found out you were on your way, you were coming, you know, when I got to the studio, I started looking at dudes and saying, listen, we gotta do what we gotta do, wrap it up quick. Because once my baby girl is born, it's a whole different story. I'm not gonna be in here hanging out with you guys to all hours of the night. Yeah. I got different responsibilities now that I gotta look at.
Absolutely.
I agree.
And I'm actually, another thing too is like I'm going harder now, because now it's not just about me, right? Now it's like I have to play the long game now to solidify her future and make sure she's set and she's good in life and she has a better chance of achieving certain things than I did. You know what I mean? So,
for sure.
You know, prior to her, it's like, you know, whatever, it's just me. But with her, now it's like, okay, life ain't a joke no more. It's not just about me. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta play long game. I gotta play long term. Gotta make investments. Gotta step my game up. Gotta do certain things. She's here. You know, she's not gonna be a baby forever. I wanna put her in a situation where she's not, you know, working at McDonald's trying to pay off OSAP. You know, no knock at anybody who's doing that. But I want to, you know, at least make her life easier.
You trying to make sure that she got a better start than you did.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, like
absolutely.
we said that and stuff on one of the Associated Sons, man. Don't go broke for your kids. Go rich for them. Go rich for your kids, man.
That's it.
Because I mean, you want the situation that you had and stuff, whatever, won't happen to them, and it's better for them.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of times stuff, whatever, they weren't paved. You weren't paved a particular way, so you want to pave this particular way for your child, your offspring, and to make sure stuff whatever you do the best for them, for the best that they can be the best that they can be.
Absolutely, plain and simple. Yeah. So those are some of the things that come with being a father and just being responsible for another life.
Cool. All right, man. So let's talk about this little thing and stuff. I've been hearing this. Hot girl summer, city girl. This hot. So me, I said, you know what? I'm gonna make this to a hot boy summer.
Yay.
But yeah, so you know, I know you guys are booed up and everything and stuff. I'm over here trying to do my little ones and twos, but I realize it's not what it's all cracked up to be. So I'm gonna actually withdraw my card from this whole hot boy thing and just be Marv.
He's gonna be Marv for the summer. He's gonna be Marv for the summer.
The Marv for the summer.
Let me explain why. I went on a date with a girl. When I went on a date with a girl and stuff, whatever, you know, I want to say before I got to that, it was on a platform, one of those dating apps and stuff, whatever, right? So it was on a dating app and stuff, whatever. And I asked the girl, I'm like, oh, so what are your plans for the weekend? She's like, hopefully I'm seeing you. So I said, oh, okay, I like this. I'm like, definitely we seeing each other, whatever, right? So she's like, well, why wait till the weekend? Let's make something happen for the Thursday. So I was like, all right, yeah, fuck it. Yeah, I'm like, but I'm looking at myself, I'm like, why the fuck am I agreeing to this? This girl might be a serial killer. She might sell organ stuff on the black market.
Right.
I'm all scared, whatever, right? So I'm like, all right, you know what? Fuck it, let me run with it. Hot boy summer. So now we're out on the date and stuff, whatever. We went to the restaurant and stuff, whatever, for a little ones and twos and shit. We're talking and everything like that. We went from regular convo about like, cause I got a podcast, to like, I think we start getting to the nitty gritty sex talk and stuff, whatever, right? Which is cool. Now what she said she likes to give oral. And I said, that's good. I like to receive oral. So I'm like,
win.
So I'm like, what are your techniques and stuff? She said, well, what do you like? I'm like, yo, I told him I like the two-handed, I call it the basket weave. I like when they do a basket weave and stuff, whatever, on the dick, right? Hey, that's just me. When they do the two-hand and it's a split, I'm like, whoo, whoo. I feel like a bootleg like Wesley Pipes, So, so I'm like, cool. And she's like, yeah, she likes to do that, massage balls, and knuckle the asshole. So I'm like, what? I'm like, one more time for the hearing impaired? She's like, yeah, like, I'm not gonna stick my finger in your ass. I'm just gonna rub my knuckle around your ass. I was like, no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. So she's like,
the knuckle job.
Yeah. So I'm looking like, what the fuck am I getting myself into? So I needed confirmation and stuff, whatever. I'm like, so you're knuckling? So I balled, no, she's like, ball up your fist. So I balled up my fist and she took her hand and she started rubbing her knuckles. She said, it's just a little slight graze because she said the man's G-spot is in his prostate or whatever. I'm like, I'm good, boo. Thanks, but no thanks. So she's like, you won't let me suck you off and knuckle you? I'm like, no, I don't like the knuckling part. I just suck you off.
Wait. Before you said no, did you contemplate?
I contemplated some shit. I contemplated some shit. How often you have a woman say, you don't want me to suck you off?
Yeah.
So I was like, I do, but I just don't want you to knuckle me. And I was like, I'm like, do I do shit for the experience? It's like, what would Smooth do? Like,
okay, just use the knuckle for 3 seconds.
That's what I was saying. I was like, how long are we talking about for this knuckling thing?
Use the knuckle that's above the pinky finger.
Yeah. Use the small knuckles.
And she's like, that's her thing. She likes the knuckle because she said
I've never heard that in my life.
She said,
new to me.
She said the dude will shoot up higher. Like he would fight. Like she said some dude. She would jerk off a dude. It just might come out like like a regular lazy lava. But she said with the knuckling thing, it'll just shoot up like. And I was like, no. That sounds interesting. But I was like, no, I won't sleep at night because the cleanup is real. I tell everybody, after you nut, the cleanup is real. Like after nutting, do you ever get turned off real quick? Period. As a man. Like,
you know what? I want to say when I was younger.
When you were younger?
Yeah.
It's like, because like your most clearest thoughts come after you nut.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So when you were younger, what about you?
Yeah, the excitement's gone as soon as I nut. When it's gone, it's like, that was great.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, let's say for example.
But isn't that normal?
That's what I thought.
I think
that's what I thought.
I think that's normal.
But you said when you were younger.
Yeah, because now you understand that. You understand, and you understand at some point, I'm gonna nut.
Yeah.
Right.
Facts.
Do I want to feel all dirty and nasty after? And then I thought I'm like, nah, you know what I mean? I don't want to have that feeling. So I accept the thoughts of what I might have after, and then now when you kind of you're in that mind frame, you say, okay, well, and like we said, it's normal.
Yeah.
And once you realize it's normal to feel like that,
yeah.
I think it affects you less.
Interesting perspective.
Yeah,
interesting perspective.
See, that's why he's the wise one.
Yeah. Well, back to this knuckle thing. Was she like actually like pushing for the knuckling? Like,
yo, she was
she was package deal. She was and knuckles.
That's what she was packaging.
Without the knuckles.
Sounds like a fetish to me.
So it's her fetish. So I was scared as shit with her. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not about this life. So later, when we wrapped up the date and everything, I walked into her car. I'm like, where you parked? She parked over there. Walked to her car. She gave me a hug. I gave her a hug. She gave me a kiss on the cheek, and then she squeezed my ass. She squeezed my ass, and it terrified me. I almost shit myself. So I'm like, this girl's a fucking terrorist. I ain't call her no more.
Ass
yeah.
definitely.
And I was like, shit. Didn't we just talk about this like a few weeks back about butt stuff? Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, this girl is evil. She's
whips and chains in her room for sure.
Yo, I'm like, she squeezed my ass. I'm like, she's like, wow, you're really sensitive and stuff back. I'm like, yo, don't get off me, man. Goodbye. I'll call you. Yeah, she sized me up. You know what I'm saying?
I wonder if she ever uppercutted the nigga's ass.
Let's see how your bum feels for these knuckles.
Yo.
Yes.
Who you kidding?
Wow. I don't know, man. Shit, man. If she's not good at giving a head, maybe one, two knuckle on my left.
See?
Wait, hold on. She said around, not in. Right?
She said around. No, so like I said, she told me to ball up my fist, and she's like, look, she's like, it's just that. Just that. You might try and take it. I don't know. So listen, my boys are asking me.
I can give you a prostate.
I'd be like, yo, let me see how the head feels first. Then, so the head would be like the down payment. And, you know, then if it's that, if her head game is on point, like if she's doing the wrist thing.
Yo, I told my boys, my boys said, like, yo, they said, I need to take one for the team and come back with the full dossier report to make sure it's really official and stuff and what it feels like. But I'm like, yo, but I feel like a lot of dudes might treat me a little different with it. They're like, well, you're going to be a knuckle man.
I've heard, like, even who is it, 50 Cent talking about, like, getting his ass ate by Vivica Fox.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like a knuckle in the bum would be like, guys would be like, that's nothing. I just lick my ass. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Listen,
like,
man.
You know what I mean?
Listen, man. I remember I was in Queens one day, right? Mm-hmm. And we're outside while talking. A bunch of us dudes outside talking. And this one dude was like, "You ever had a girl lick your ass?" And it was like, "Nah, nigga, what you talking about?" Nigga said, "Yo, I cocked up my two legs like a bitch." And let her go to town. Yo, we was dying.
That I'm not doing.
Yeah.
Sure.
We was dying.
No compromise on that. I'm not doing that.
I don't know if you can really position yourself properly for a woman to be.
No, there isn't. It's all compromising positions.
Exactly. From the side,
Bum up, head down,
Yo.
bad. Legs up, bad. On your side, bad. Standing up, bad. Yeah.
Well, stand up. Yeah, no.
Bad. Like you're up against a wall, you're arching your bum out.
That's super bad.
Yeah.
I was thinking like, I remember one time I seen a porno and stuff whatever where like the dude had two chicks with him and he's standing up and one chick's giving him head, the other chick is licking his balls, and then she just kind of start going back to his ass.
Yeah.
So he's just kind of like. He kind of did like a little karate stance and stuff, whatever.
No.
Then he got that popping. I was like,
Yeah.
this is for the champs. I'm like, I don't know if I can get down to this. Let me fast forward past this scene right here. But yeah.
So, but what if the head was like we were saying was like really like
immaculate,
like the fire. Like this is some shit that you ain't never experienced before.
See, and
then she pulled back and said, "Nah, I'm not into it." You gonna scream out, "Go ahead, Knuckle, go ahead." get into your mood, Knuckle.
Oh,
I'm like, all right. I want half of the knuckle sandwich, not the full knuckle sandwich. Not the full knuckle sandwich.
And like I said, I mean, there's no penetrate. She said around. Right?
She said she won't penetrate because she said she probably knuckled too far and the dude thought he was gonna knuckle, so he kind of caught back his fist to like punch her. And he's like, "Yo, what are you doing? What are you doing?" And she's like, "I'm not going in." She's like, "If I went too far, I'm sorry, but you know, maybe because you got a loose booty hole." So I was like, I'm like, well, my booty hole tight, so I ain't about that life.
Yeah.
No, man, you know, it come with the regular type of shit.
I learned something new, man. Though I've never heard.
That's the first time I'm hearing that shit.
Knuckling.
The knuckle up.
Knuckle up. Nah.
Yo, you know, because sometimes when I come into shit, you know, sometimes Smooth's not prepared for it, whatever, right? So sometimes I try to blindside him with some of my bullshit and what's going on in my world and everything.
Yeah.
But real man question: do you manscape? Because this nigga won't say a goddamn thing. He'll say it partially, but then he was like, what if I manscape? It's my business and my business at home.
Manscape. What does that entail? What's the definition of manscaping?
Manscaping is
I have my definition. I just want to know your definition.
Okay, so my definition of manscaping and stuff, whatever, is cutting the grass for the tree to look bigger.
I could tell you right now that I do manscape.
Okay.
But not for that reason. I manscape because I get ingrowns, like, you know. Like
so it's dual purpose.
Yeah.
It's dual purpose.
Yeah, because I get serious ingrowns and I have fairly sensitive skin. I have like keloids and stuff like that, so I have to do certain things to prevent the irritation to my skin. But yeah, not to make anything look bigger or whatever.
Okay, no, because my thing is stuff like, yo, I'm like, manscape when I need to, because, you know, what is it? You know, one doesn't simply clean his house unless he has company.
Yeah.
You know, so if you know someone's gonna see it, you wanna
I don't think
present.
there's anything wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with it. What I had a problem
you'd be
with
surprised.
was two damn grown men on either side of me talking about their manscaping.
Hey, Smooth, you manscape. Oh, yeah. Your skin looks soft, Smooth.
I'm like, yo, what's wrong? Like, you act like you
Your
don't
skin
manscape.
like your name.
He's like, I feel uncomfortable with between you guys talking about manscaping and stuff, and I'm like, yo, what are you flinching for, man?
Nah.
Yo,
I do it, man, because my ingrowns are intense, boy, and shit. I have to stay on top of that shit. That shit gets.
See, look at he didn't flinch. Let me see if I can make you flinch. I can make you uncomfortable.
No, but I understand your reasoning. It's not particularly something you want to talk about with a room full of men.
No, it wasn't room for this. It was just 3 men.
Waiting for niggas to tell me that I got a special shit in a bit that I use. No, nigga, I don't want to hear that.
A shick and a big. That's true though, because you can't put the electrical to the balls though, man.
I think like if you're like doing eyebrows and you're doing underarm waxing and butthole waxing and things to that effect, and it's like, okay, that's a bit too much.
The manscape gone far.
Yeah, but the you know,
I'd be scared to even wax my own ass. Like, yo, that even sounds gay.
Yeah.
What are you doing? I'm waxing my ass.
We're not homophobic, guys. We're not homophobic.
Not homophobic.
Listen, if you were down for the knuckling, she might.
I wasn't down for no knuckling. I didn't get knuckled. For the listeners at home, no one got knuckled. No one got knuckled. It was propositioned to me, and right now we're still in the debating stage.
Happening on Thursday.
We're still in the debating stage right now. No one got knuckled yet.
Negotiations are still going.
No one got knuckled yet.
Yes.
So okay. Questionable question. See, it's a questionable question, so I'm preparing you. So you be prepared. You be prepared.
Okay. All right.
As a teenager, I always heard this question, whatever. And today, as a grown-ass man, this question still posed. Would you suck a dick for $10 million?
No.
That's an easy no, man.
That's an easy
That's
no?
an easy no.
What if they had the cash in front of you?
Easy no. That's an easy no. You can't put a price on that.
Good for you.
That's an easy no. That's an easy no. Actually, somebody posed that question to me. I almost slapped him in his face.
You see? Because I told you. Like, to this day, they start asking that question.
Yeah. Somebody asked me, would you drink jizz for $1 million? Something to that effect. I'm like, that's easy. No,
that's
oh, you're lying. Listen, I'm not in a situation where I'm so desperate to be rich where I would compromise everything that I believe and who I am for money.
Integrity, man.
And that's not something, like, I'm not gay, period. I'm not gay.
No, but that's...
I mean, nothing against gay people, but that's just, no.
Now, I would say, I find a gay friend for half the
to split the money?
To split the money.
There's a Tarantino thing. I think what was it? I think Desperado, the man told a story and stuff. He's like, yo, he's like, I bet you $500 I can piss in that glass. And he's like, what? And he's like, when the guy pulled out, he's like, I bet you $500 you can't. So he's like, okay. He pulled out his dick, started pissing. He pissed everywhere on the guy, everywhere except for the glass. The guy said, yo, you owe me my money because you didn't piss in the glass. The man said, I'll be right back. He walked over there to the cut to go highlight his dudes and came back with $1,000 and gave him $500. He's like, why'd you get the money from them? He's like, oh, because I bet them $1,000 I can piss on you and you won't be mad.
What movie is that?
Desperado.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll rewatch that then.
I was like, word. I was like, So, find a gay dude.
Find a gay dude.
Tell the gay dude $5 million.
Yeah.
Take the other $5 million.
That's it.
See, bless your heart. Give me some time. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
That's an easy no for me, man. No dick sucking over here, man.
Cool, man. Let's get to some real shit then. It's all about aging, man. Because, you know, You a solid, you know, can I put your numbers out there?
Yeah,
You're a solid 45 and stuff, whatever, right?
Like,
You're still like a young boy. I feel like if you cleaned off the salt and pepper,
Yeah.
I think you and I might be in some competition.
No, real.
But you know what? That's why I gotta keep the salt and pepper to keep the keep the youngins at bay and stop having them act the fool. So now there's a grown man over here, so you gotta come correct.
Young and deterrent. Yes.
Gotcha.
I'm 40. I turned 40 in May.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 34, man. I'm 34 out here.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Shit.
Both of you guys look great for your fucking age. Let
Thank
me
you,
just
man.
throw that out there and
Thank
stuff,
you.
whatever.
Appreciate
You know?
it, man.
Black don't crack, but I know some blacks on crack, so that's a different story.
Yeah.
It's totally different story.
Different story.
Age like wine, not like milk.
Ah!
Yes.
Is that a shot to the Caucasians?
Sorry, white people.
Yo, so is there an upside to aging? Do you feel? We'll start with you, Gloria.
I think there is. Going through as many experiences I've gone through, it's prepared me to deal with situations with my daughter and her own experiences. I mean, there's a lot of wisdom that comes with age.
Yeah,
You know, I think the more you go through, the wiser you get. I mean, if you learn from those experiences. So I think I'm able to prepare my daughter now better emotionally and mentally at 40 than I would if I had her at 20.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? It's
Right.
like just going through the things I've gone through these 40. Because I had her, she's 2 now, so when I was 38.
Right.
So me going through as many things as I went through in those 38 years, I think I'm fairly well equipped, and I've come into my own where I'm like, okay, I know how to deal with this, especially having a young girl, you know, because we have fears, especially for our daughters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear it. I mean, well, I got a little boy, right?
Yeah.
And I always heard that. This is what I heard. When you have a boy, you got to worry about one penis. When you got a girl, you got to worry about 1,000,000 penises.
Yeah. Boy.
Yeah.
So
Ain't that the truth? And that's not even just a thing, you know. I mean, her being, you know, going to be a young black woman, you know, black side of things, the issues that she's going to deal with. Yeah, I mean, going through what I've gone through in my 38, 40 years, I have a pretty good grasp on, you know, the things and the gems I should drop on her. So yeah, there is an upside that comes with age, you know.
I would say one of the upsides is you have a greater appreciation for things. A lot of things we take for granted when we're younger. Life being one of those, because we feel like we have
you're invincible.
endless amount of time. We're
Preach.
invincible, right?
Preach.
When you reach you reach a certain age, you start to realize things that you gotta set in place in order to live a comfortable lifestyle later on in your years, right? The conversation is a little bit different. You're not talking about frivolous things with your voice. You talk about more thought-provoking things.
Yeah, you're playing long game, you're talking
That's
long
true.
game.
You know,
absolutely.
you put a greater emphasis on life experiences and learning things.
Absolutely.
I mean, I think I can probably honestly say within the last 10 years, it's been a more emphasis on bettering myself spiritually, physically, mentally. A lot of stuff that I probably wouldn't have cared for in my early 20s, late teens. And again, just like Glory's saying, you know, with that, you gain that wisdom, and now you find yourself passing that down.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah.
To the people who are around you, to the people you might see making certain mistakes. I even said this the other day. I was talking to my niece. When you're young, you think you know it all. So when adults are telling you stuff, you're quick to ignore it.
That's the irony right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're quick to ignore it, thinking that, what do you know? Not knowing that experience in life is a real thing.
Facts.
Right? And I was discussing that with my niece, and I was saying to her, man, even at this age, me being 45 years on this planet, I still wish my parents were around because I know that even with my 45 years of age,
You
what
still
they
know
have
nothing.
on me, they can still part wisdom
Right.
Absolutely.
that I haven't experienced it or that I haven't come in contact with
We
yet.
both agreed though. There's 3 things you can't take with you when you die: love, money, and wisdom.
Yes.
Right? Because I mean, the wisdom and stuff, whatever, could be damn near infinite or infinite, depending on who's listening. But I mean, what is it? I read a book called Boom Bust Echo, and they're talking about the baby boomers, the children from the baby boomers, and then the grandchildren, right?
Right.
They said the grandparents, the baby boomers and stuff, probably have 100 lessons to teach to their kids, but their kids only absorb 50, and possibility they might come back and absorb another 25. So they only get 75% of the lessons instead of 100. And when they have their kids, they're given 50, but their kids only might come back and stuff with maybe like another percentage and stuff out of the 50 as well, right? So I mean, a lot of lessons will get missed in the time and stuff, but it's up to the person to get wiser, to come to a point and say, you know what? I thought I knew. I don't know shit. And they're taking a new lesson. A mind is like a parachute. It works better when it's open.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I mean, it can go any type of way, right?
And that's the irony, man, because I found myself saying, man, now I know what my dad was talking about. I know what my mom was talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah. Yeah.
But at the time, I wasn't trying to hear
You
it.
weren't trying to hear it.
Wasn't trying to hear it. Now that I'm a parent myself,
Right.
I sound like my dad. I sound like my mom. I actually, I get it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said to my dad, I get it. I get, you weren't being tough or you weren't, trying to be strict. You were trying to protect me. You were trying to guide me. You were trying to help me.
Yeah. Absolutely. As a parent, you're trying
Simply
to do your
because
kids.
you've been through it.
Yeah.
I mean, you're speaking from an experience
Yes,
standpoint.
Yes. And there's no better teacher than experience. Actually
none
going
whatsoever.
through something, you learn
Facts.
a lot. A lot about the situation and a lot about yourself. So, man, it's crazy. That's an irony, man. It's just, wow.
So smooth. What do you consider old? Like, do you get upset when someone like younger than you calls himself old? Cause like, what do you consider old? Do you even consider old being old anymore?
No, it's funny because sometimes I gotta remind myself I'm the age
Yeah.
that I am.
Yeah.
Cause mentally you feel like you're what?
Mentally, depending on what it is, what the situation is,
Yeah.
I can range from mid-20s to early 30s.
I still feel like I'm 23 until like my back might act up.
Yeah. It's definitely a mindset.
Yeah.
It's a mindset. Absolutely. Because I know people younger than me that act and look older than me.
Yeah.
They're not. They don't have a
It's
zeal
called
for
city
life.
mileage. City
I still have a
mileage.
zeal for life.
Yeah.
I'm still doing me. I'm having my thing. When I say having my thing, that's code for I'm still having my fun.
Oh, okay.
You guys
Yeah.
get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's definitely a mindset, man. I don't think you can particularly. I mean, we're old in the sense, we're 40, 45, and maybe
Right.
somebody's 20.
Right.
But I mean, that's it. That's where the age ends, right there.
But you know some people and stuff that I want to say they live in denial, right? Like Denial's River in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Like look at the man units. We had an episode where we talked about like the man units and stuff, whatever. Like if you go bald, make peace with it, whatever, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I like the concept and stuff. If you can embrace it, you can enjoy it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yes.
But I mean, there's some people and stuff they're like, nah, they not having it, whatever. Like when they get to like a specific type of level, like some people in their 20s will lose their hair.
Yes.
And they're like, nah, fuck that. They're not making peace and stuff with it. They're old. Or they look at it as that.
Yes.
As
Absolutely.
old. I'm like, that's not you being old if you know.
Is there anybody else in this room that thinks Puffy got some
See,
sort
did
of
he?
gray hair?
See, did he?
I think Puffy got gray hair. I think his has been too black for too damn long.
He does, man. He does. But like this. All right, my beard. The joke was like when my beard wolfed up and everything, people ask me like, oh, you put Just for Men in your beard? I'm like, nah. They're like, you sure? I'm like, what do you mean I'm sure? I'm like, I can spot out the gray hairs. And they're like, nah, you missed a few spots. I was like, really?
You were short on coverage.
I'm like, yo. And I was telling them, I'm like, yo, I'm trying to play catch up and stuff with Smooth. They're like, why? I'm like, once you pluck them, I'm like, no, I feel like that's just wisdom.
There's a sophistication that comes with gray hair.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't change that. I think that's amazing.
Yo, I be
Yeah.
reaching. I got like a gray one right here. I'm reaching.
I think it's time to change the narrative, man. Old guys, man, keep the.
And that's what I'm saying.
Man.
Is there an upside to aging, right?
And it's funny that you should say that because you know I think it's really our culture that pays so much attention to this. You know what I mean? Yeah. What you look.
Culture meaning like black culture,
like,
or
like
really?
black culture. Well, let's go back to let's go back to.
I'm about to say Caucasians love the oil and commercials.
Let's go back to Hollywood.
Okay, let's do that.
Brad Pitt, George Clooney. That motherfucker's been embracing their gray hair for the longest time. The only black person that I really see rocking their gray hair and loving it is Samuel L. Jackson.
Where he got gray? He bald.
No, but when he let his beard grow, you see it. You understand? But think of how many black actors in Hollywood who are of that age to be having gray hair.
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman had gray hair since he was 3.
How old is Samuel L. Jackson? He's in his 70s, right?
He up there. He heavy up there. I think he's like 60 or something.
He looks good, man. He looks good, man.
Yeah, he's been rocking it for a bit.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's particularly a black or white thing. I think there's always been a thing with age, especially for females too, right? You know, surgery. Let's get rid of these age spots, these wrinkles.
But you got these dudes out here doing these Botox shots.
Yeah, the dudes are coming on board, but I think there's definitely a lot of pressure on old-looking women, right?
Yeah.
And men too. That's what I'm saying. Like, look, think about it.
Men is a bit more accepted, I think. Somebody,
look, man. Victor Newman been the Godfather for years, bro.
Fact, Victor Newman had paper. So he had paper, so he can stand on that and stuff with it. But okay, you're a regular Joe Schmo, right? You out here in these streets and stuff with it. All right, picture you 40 and you trying to date whatever, you're trying to find love in a hopeless place. And then you put up your I guess your profile pic and stuff whatever for like the Tenderonies or something like that. And they look at you like, shit, he bald. No. He got gray hair. No. They swiping left on your ass and stuff real quick. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. If a dude was rocking like, I look at Jigga. Jigga's like what, almost 50?
Yeah. Right, yeah.
And no gray in sight, and he got like this, some young Marley type of dread fro and stuff, whatever. Yeah. And he just cocked the fitted hat on there where they're like, I can swipe right on him. Because not even the money, it's just the hair thing.
But I don't even with Jigga, I don't even think it's the hair thing. And even those who are getting swiped because they bald and because they got the salt and pepper, I don't even think that it's because of that. I think that confidence shows. So just like how you're saying, if you're confident with you being bald, if you're confident with you having a little salt and pepper gray hair, that shows, and that's more attractive to women than anything else.
Fair point. And I'm amazed that Jay-Z could grow that much hair at 50. That's insane.
HGH.
This guy's a Rasta.
At 50.
And Rasta started growing that shit at 48. That's amazing, man.
Alright, man.
He needs to be in a lab or something.
Alright, we at that point, man, of the show.
Yes.
Question of the week. Question of the week, alright? You ready, Smooth?
Questions.
You ready, Gloria?
I'm ready, man.
If they offered you $80 an hour to clean a graveyard from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. by yourself, would you do it?
That's an easy yes.
I'm hell yeah.
That's an easy yes.
Really? How would you do it then?
Knowing that I get $80 an hour?
So you're not afraid of ghosts, paranormal activity, none of that shit, heebie-jeebies,
listen,
all
man,
that?
I don't believe
$80 an hour?
You don't.
I don't know.
The first ghost that touched me on my shoulder said, listen, man, I'm going to pay you $20 an hour to leave me alone.
I don't know, man. I have like a really morbid outlook on life. Like, I'm not afraid of death. I'm not afraid about stories about death, graveyards. I don't know, man. It's almost a comfort to me. It's weird.
Comfort.
Yeah,
all right, Wednesday Addams.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm more concerned about how I die opposed to death itself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So we're live on the mic with Glory Adams. He's part of the Adams family. Because this is some bullshit. Like, how the fuck are you?
Yeah. I mean, no. And paranormal activity, ghost, duppy.
Small thing.
I really don't I can't say I'm a huge believer in people who saying they wake up in the middle of the night and hearing things move in the kitchen and then going downstairs and nobody's there. But if it is true, if there is such a thing, I'm cool with it, man. Graveyard, nah.
Yeah, you know what?
It doesn't faze me.
I would say I'm similar, man. If like, you know how somebody might hear a noise in their spot and they might be afraid to go see. That's not me, man. I'm gonna go look.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look.
I'm gonna go look.
Yeah.
You understand? If it is something,
Because you used to work for Scooby-Doo Mystery Inc., right?
something like that. But you know, if
why you not doing it live?
Yo, I might question a few things, whatever. Right? I'm like, you know what? Maybe God might protect me and look out for me. So I'm gonna just close my eyes and go back to sleep.
Why are you doing the job, Mark? Why are you doing it?
I mean, but like this. If I need to, I'll do it. If not,
$80 an hour. We all need to.
Okay, for the job,
yeah.
Hell yeah. I'll play Thriller in the background. Fuck the dumb shit. I'll play Thriller. I'll clean the bitch with the best of the holiest water. I'll scrub everything.
Bring your Bible with you.
Everything. Yo, you're gonna have $80 an hour. You're gonna leave there with a damn Rolls Royce Phantom. You probably leave with 3 Phantoms in the back.
Yeah.
Fuck the dumb shit. It's $80 an hour.
Dude, I mean, I'm not really doing much. I mean, I ain't sucking dick for money. But I mean, shit. There's not really much. I shouldn't even say that. When it comes to money,
everybody has a price. Everybody has a price.
I was about to say there's not much I wouldn't do for $80, but there's a whole world out there where people can be like, "Would you do this?"
Yeah. I'm about to say they gonna hit your page. They gonna hit your DM. They gonna be like, "Hey, we heard you on the Podical Sons.
Take this knuckle." Yeah. Cleaning graveyard for $80 an hour. I freaking wish I would apply so fast. Yeah, I'd be. But what are you cleaning exactly?
Well, okay. So most of the time and stuff, whatever. Some of the weeds might overgrow on like the tombstones, yard maintenance type of things and stuff like that. Yeah. You want to make sure it's kind of proper because say like Uncle Joe probably seen Auntie Jemima who passed a long time ago, left the flowers there, them bitches rotting in the hot sun.
Lunchtime would be weird, but I'll get them.
Lunchtime you better be in your whip with a Bible or something on deck.
Whip across the street. It's like yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, that was it, man.
All right, man. Thank you guys for having me.
Hold on. We still got a little bit more.
Yeah, so
we still rolling. I want to ask the sons portion now. So, ask the sons and stuff, whatever. Since you're a guest and stuff, whatever, we like to honor you with the first question you like to ask us.
Ooh,
no question, no big, no small, anything.
Shit. What question?
Because we can handle the heat. We can handle the heat.
What question do I want to ask?
But can you handle the knuckle?
The Podical Sons.
Yo, that knuckle thing.
Shit.
It's debatable right now. It's debatable.
Shit.
Experience points.
Man.
I can come back to you.
Please come back to me.
I'll come back to you.
Let me marinate on that for a bit.
So, okay, we got one from IG, from One King One. He said, would you date a girl knowing all her previous exes are dead? I said, I need to see what the fuck this Black Widow look like first.
She's worth dying for? I might.
I mean, I got life insurance, and I think my son might be all right. So, but I got to see what this Black Widow look like first.
You know, be fucked up. If they were all in the graveyard, that you'd be cleaning for the $80 an hour.
Oh, that'd be so fucked up. That would be so fucked up. She mentioned the name, and you're like, yo, did he just die like 3 weeks ago? How'd you know? I'm like, I'll call you.
You clean the graveyard, some nigga touch on the shoulder, yo, that bitch you dating
Don't
safe.
date her. Run.
Yeah.
Run. Block her on Instagram.
So would you date the Black Widow?
I would probably do some investigating to figure out how they kind of passed. You know what I mean? If they all happily went after some sort of meal, I might have to question a few things.
So okay, so let's say one died from gunshot, another died from meal, another one died in car accident.
How she look?
Fire.
Then I might just break the chain.
You're breaking the cycle?
I might just break the cycle.
I'm dating her.
You're dating her?
I'm dating her.
You're down for the cause.
I'm dating her, man. I don't fear death. Just don't poison me, bitch.
Just don't poison you.
That's what I'm saying. If they all died after a mysterious meal, then we got some questions.
Then we got some questions.
Answered.
Yeah. Okay.
Like Tisha says, is monogamy natural?
Nah.
No?
Nah.
No.
Nature, yeah. If we're going by nature, I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, no.
Doesn't the Catholic Church prove that monogamy is not natural? I mean,
Yeah, but they're afraid. They're afraid to mention it out loud, though.
I mean, I'm saying it out loud.
Facts,
I mean,
You
aren't they
know.
proof? Man of the cloth. You know what I mean?
True.
Violating
Facts.
children.
facts.
I mean, I think even prison guys go in, no gay experience.
And they come out a porn star, a gay
Yeah,
porn star.
yeah.
Yo.
They're willing to, do whatever in order to bust that nut, right?
It's true.
I mean, shit. So I don't think it's natural at all. But yeah, the Catholic Church would probably be the best example of monogamy being bullshit.
And I always explain, whenever I'm asked this question, I always explain it like this. Monogamy is a thing that society dictates. And for the right or wrong reasons, we fall in line with society.
Mm-hmm.
But if we break down humans to the lowest level, it's an animalistic form. Right?
I agree.
Now, if we look at the animal kingdom, we see the lion. The lion's got his pride.
But wait, we know the lion thing, not to cut you, but we know the lion thing. But there's other animals and stuff that are monogamous, though, in nature, too.
Yeah, what? What are they?
I think birds.
Really?
That's the terminology, lovebird, right? Because if one bird and stuff, whatever, it's that one bird is to kick the bucket and stuff for the other one, it takes a while for that bird to die too, because they're monogamous to that bird.
So maybe,
Penguins and everything's too, right?
So maybe then I would let's break down the animal kingdom then, and then let's see mammals, because what you've mentioned, those wouldn't fall under the mammal category.
Okay.
Do we know any mammals that follow that monogamous line?
You put me on the spot, nigga. No, I can't tell you no, but no, I don't think no. None to come to head. None to come to the head right now.
So if we're placing humans in the animal kingdom, then we would fall under the category of mammal,
Correct.
right? And lions got their pride. You know what I mean? Gorillas got their women in the mist.
Yeah.
I'm saying we conform to society. Many years ago, we're talking biblical times. Men had many wives.
Yeah.
And it was okay through society's standard to have many wives. If we look at today, there's laws against polygamy.
Except in Utah.
It's except in a few spots.
Yeah.
But there's laws against polygamy.
Right.
So right there, that should tell you, if you gotta make a law against it, then you gotta question a few things. So now we've become a society that's trained, right? We're expected to conduct ourselves in a certain way, so we fall in line a certain way, right? And from a perspective of how a man's supposed to be, how a man is treated, how a man is respected, polygamy is looked at as a no-no.
True.
Right?
Right.
So then, we're taught to suppress certain feelings. Because I don't care who you are, you see a woman parade around with some big titties and a big ass, your mind gonna think a few things. As good as you are as a man, that animal instinct in you is gonna think a certain thing. It's gonna think a certain thing.
Missionary position with the titty jumping up to the face.
But thinking and doing are...
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's where the society things come in. Because you
yeah.
think it, but you're not going to do it.
So,
because it's considered.
So, does gorillas just give up the cheeks?
Yeah.
Oh, so, okay. So there's no such thing as rape to gorillas.
And it's funny.
How do you know?
It's funny that we touch upon on this subject, because even within a society like that, and if you look at it from an animal kingdom perspective or mammal kingdom perspective, and even if we're taking the whole nurture nature aspect of it, right?
Mhm.
It's almost like it's almost like if you think of communal living,
Yeah.
right? So where all the mothers get together and no one child is considered one mother's child. It's considered all the mother's child. All the children. So they take care of that whole aspect. You know what a man told me? A man told me this. This is a few years, more than a few years back. They said when the European missionaries came to Africa and seeing how black kings had tribes, they started saying to themselves, "Oh shit, we can't conquer these people because they have entire tribes." So that's when they started preaching monogamy.
I heard that.
Wow, that's crazy.
They said, no. You know, you're only supposed to have one wife. So now when they taught you to only have one wife, you no longer had a tribe. You understand? You may have 5, maybe 6, maybe my grandparents, they had 17 kids.
Oof.
But could you imagine with that 17 kids? Could you imagine if my grandfather had tribe mentality?
Yeah.
How many kids? That would really be a tribe.
Shit.
Yeah.
Shit. I can't even picture that many.
You understand? So imagine the white man coming in and say, "Yo, we need to take your land," and you say, "Hold on. Son from Anansi, you step up. Son from Jetatara, you step up."
And they squat up on their ass.
They squat up because they looking at like everybody's mom is mom, yo. I mean,
Right.
we're not separate. We all coming from one. We all
United
coming
we
from
stand,
one.
divided we fall.
Exactly. Can you imagine you trying to overthrow people like that? You couldn't overthrow people like that.
So are we in agreement? Monogamy is not natural?
No. Monogamy is not natural. So
And for anybody who may
Like
be
Tisha?
confused in terms of like why I mentioned the Catholic Church, because priests are supposed to maintain this relationship with God, and but in a lot of
you trying to save yourself, whatever.
well, I'm not trying to
listen.
save myself. I'm actually saying that like
If you
for
don't
me,
stand for nothing, you fall for everything.
I don't think it's natural because priests would prey on children.
Facts.
They get into animalistic mode and they start preying on children.
Facts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what I meant when I said that. Anybody who's offended, fuck you.
IMO_A_life. This one had me dying. Which goes first? Milk or the cereal?
Oh, cereal.
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 No,
Hands
no.
down cereal.
Some motherfuckers out there and stuff, whatever. I seen a lot of things. Stuff
Really?
whatever.
Milk first?
Put the
That's
milk-
not.
Those are serial killers.
Listen, man.
Legit serial
Listen,
killers.
You guys hate life.
Listen, man. Up to this day, I cannot tell you the right ratio between cereal and milk. I'll always end up eating the cereal and there'll still be milk in the damn bowl.
Me too. There's no such thing as perfect ratio, is it? I don't know.
You don't tilt and do
No,
the drink?
tilt.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh no, till the drink at the end. At the end.
But the cereal always will always be finished before the milk. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay, I got you.
There's never ever a time in my life have they ever been completed at the same time.
I got you.
There's just no. There's no ratio that's figured out for that.
Yeah, I got you.
All right, man. We said you got a question for us?
Oh shit!
Back at
Oh
it.
yeah, back to my question.
If you don't got a question, it's okay, man. It's okay. We'll catch you on another show.
Yeah, you guys are gonna have to do that, man. I'm sorry. I'm just drawing a blank right now, man. I'm sorry.
Well, tell you what, man. Plug your IG page one more time,
Thank you.
and then we'll let the audience know that. Give it a few.
I like that.
Go check his page out.
I like
He's
that.
gonna have a question for the Podical Sons.
I like that. All right, you can check me out on Instagram, _THE_glory_hole_channel. Hit me up, add me, let's conversate. Shout out to the Podical Sons, Smooth, Marv. You guys are amazing people. I love it. Hopefully you guys will have me back for another episode. I am so grateful and thankful. Thank you guys very much for having me.
Oh no, 100%, man, and thank you for coming through. we don't do guests often, but it's always a pleasure when we do guests and we get to share in our world. And man, you gave us a heck of a show today, so I just wanted to say that
it was a pleasure being here, man.
Definitely,
Appreciate it. And the shots, keep them coming, Marv. It's Sunday and I ain't gotta work tomorrow.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
There you go.
That's what's up.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
And you know when we're gonna bring you back?
Oh,
you know when we're gonna bring you back?
Where?
After Marv get his knuckle job.
After Thursday. Knuckle sandwiches for everybody.
Fuck what you heard. I don't know about that.
And shout out to my publicist, Ethan in the back.
Shout out Eastwood.
See Diddy.
Hold it down.
Sending dick pics and shit. Anyways. Thank you guys so much, man. It was a great show, man.
Any other church announcements, man?
Yeah, if you check the Not Your Average Joseph page, the Podical Sons page, the World Beat Battle page, information is now up for the Battle of the Beat Makers coming up. If you go check out the site, information on the 2 preliminary rounds, which will be held at it's slipping my mind, but the final round is always at the Opera House. So just go to the page, www.battleofthebeatmakers.com. Find out where everything's happening. I believe the tickets are now up there as well to be sold. It is going to be a live per view. So those who cannot make it to the city of Toronto, our fabulous city of Toronto, you can jump online, man, and you can witness who's going to be the next one to wear the crown. And that's about it for me, Marv. How about you?
I'm not getting no knuckle, just to let y'all know.
Alright, also the knuckle job will be live per view. Log into the Podical Sons YouTube channel. We're gonna have Mark has now started his manscaping journey. He's gonna clean up the butthole just to make sure everything is proper.
Black and blue booty.
Yo, once again, thank you for listening to the Podical Sons. Remember, the difference between stupidity and genius is that genius has its limits. Peace and love, y'all. Take care.
The Podical Sons with Not Your Average Joseph and Sofa King Marvelous.